You don't quit because you're weak. You quit because nobody told you what it costs. So 3 years ago, I had the perfect system. I woke up at 4:30, I went to the gym, I came back home, I worked, I eat, I slept, and then I repeated. And it worked for 11 days. And then one night broke everything apart. And I told myself, okay, I start again on Monday. And Monday never came. And not because I was lazy, because I didn't know back then the price of what I was building. And right now, there are millions of people out there that are starting this week with a new habit. And by the next week, they already left. Not because, as I mentioned, that they're lazy, because they didn't pay it. And I restarted more than once, as you can see on my channel. I restarted for years and years. Every project I did, I restarted. And here is what actually changed my mind. So consistency isn't a habit. It's a non-negotiable. So every day you wake up, you need to imagine that you sit on a table with two versions of yourself. On the one side, the version of you who wants to build something, and on the other side is the different version of you who wants to feel safe. And every morning, these two versions of yourself argue against each other, and most people think it's about discipline. But it's not. It's all about the cost. And here is what nobody tells you, what it actually costs. So every time you choose something, you lose something valuable. You lose your comfort, you lose time, you lose the version of yourself that wanted to relax. And if you never made peace with that version, your brain will find a way to escape that, to get back to that version. And I used to think that inconsistency was a character flaw, that the problem was always me, because other people who are doing something day and day are more disciplined, have more energy, have more focus. And as I mentioned, I thought that the problem was me. So I copied them. I copied their discipline. I bought all the books they have. I downloaded every app they have. I also set the same alarm they did. And for 2 or 3 weeks, it worked perfectly until I eventually stopped, because I was copying someone with their discipline without understanding the psychology underneath all of that. And the truth is that the consistent people are better than you. They also don't want to start like you, but they already know what it costs of not starting. And they made one decision to themselves that they stick to it. One day they started with that. So they said to themselves, I will pay the price regardless how I feel, because you know how it feels to feel behind. And they don't start sometimes, not when it's convenient, regardless how they feel. They stick to the plan they told themselves. And this one decision separates them from all of other people's out there. And not because willpower, not because a new routine, because they understand what it costs and they don't negotiate with themselves. So if you ever started something and fell off in the first 2 or 3 weeks, then you're on the right channel. Because in this channel, we talk about all of these topics. Everything that happens to me is already happened to you. And I will show you a solution how to escape all of that. So if you don't want to miss any video, hit that subscribe button and join the community. So I was 3 or 4 weeks into a project and the motivation was gone. My body didn't want to do this anymore. And my brain was already searching for excuses to stop do that thing that I'm doing right now. I could either listen to that feeling and go away and feel better, or I can stay in that, push through it, and show my body and show my mind that I can go through this. And I made a choice. I choose to show up. And it was hard. I pushed through it, and eventually, after I pushed through that, something in my mind changed from that moment on. Because I proved to myself that I can push through it, even though I feel that I'm already at the end, that the energy is already low. But I realized that it wasn't. I had 60% of the energy still left inside me. I already did 40%, and I thought that I was at the end, but I wasn't. And this didn't change me from the outside, it changed inside of me. It changed something that I know that I can push, that I know when I'm at the end, I'm only at 40% and I can still do 60% more. I can do more than double of it. And that proof of showing up and thinking that I have more energy left than I think that I have is compounding, because every day I show up without motivation. I deposit this feeling or this energy into an account of myself, and the account is the self-trust. And every day I do something that I said I would do, the self-trust gets stronger and stronger every day. And if this difference between self-trust and motivation clicked, or you realize something, then hit that like button so I can know I make more of that videos. And while I mention motivation, I want to tell you that most of the people out there chase motivation. So they listen to a podcast, they listen to a nice speech, they watch a motivational video, they make a playlist, and that works. Don't get me wrong at that. But motivation is like weather, and weather isn't always the same every day. So you build something up on motivation on the weather, and when the weather or when the storm is away, your house don't stay because it didn't survive the storm, it didn't survive the motivation. So you need to build independency regardless of the weather. So you need to build self-trust, because it begins inside of you. If you're inside strong and trust yourself, eventually you go away from the quote of I want to be motivated or I want to be consistent to I show up because I said I'm gonna show up. And that shift is everything. This shift is powerful. Changing and chasing that identity feels hard, and I know, because saying something before you even start, like I show up regardless what I say, and I know saying something like I am someone who does this feels like lying because you didn't prove anything. And I didn't want to call myself disciplined because I didn't have anything to show up. So if I say that I'm disciplined without even having proof, it feels like lying to myself. This is actually the trap. You first need to build the identity. You first need to tell yourself and think about yourself that you're disciplined, and then the discipline will follow, because everything is inside here and everything has a different vibration. And if you vibrate in that state of being a winner, everything will come to your feet. Everything will come to you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how actually do you trust yourself with going on to the project that you already started? Tell me that in the comments and I will read through that, and I can help you with that to stay longer in your project. So that is the whole game. It's not discipline, it's not motivation, it's all about your identity. If you think positive, for example, positive things will come to you. So you need to think that you are already achieved that version of yourself that you wanted, and then become, because every small step you do to that version you want to become will compound over days, over weeks, over years, and without even realizing you're already that person. So if you want to go deeper into that conversation of identities, check out this video, and YouTube and I think that this video is the best for you. And in the middle, you can already subscribe to see the next video. And as for that, thank you for watching, guys, and I am rooting for you.